Hey you guys, welcome back. I am Shanae Washington, and my mission is to educate, empower, and economically develop my people. So I hope that you had a very Merry Christmas and that y'all are looking forward to 2021 because but God, 2020 has been crazy. But, as most of you know, that I actually started my business journey at the beginning of the pandemic. And, I really wanted a way to track my progress to my goals. So I decided that starting with this video, every year, towards the end of the year, I'm going to do kind of like a year in review of the things that, first of all, how much money I made, and then the things that were successful for me, the things that I really need to improve on moving forward. And three, the things that, did I say three already? Anyway, but next, the things that I want to accomplish for the next year. And that includes a revenue goal as well. And I am really, really excited. And I'm doing these videos for not only to document my journey, but also for accountability. Like, I want to be able to look back in December of 2021 to look back on this video and say, you said that you were going to do X, Y, and Z, and damn it, you did it. So this year in 2020, Dream Forward, that's the name of my agency, has made $60,000. And I am really, really excited about that. I know for like some people, like it may not seem like a lot, especially for like how hard that I've been grinding this year. But there are some businesses out there that truly are struggling, to, make anything to even make their first sale. I'm talking about like those startups and stuff. So to say that I started with zero, nothing, and I was able to end a year with 60 grand, I think that that's pretty effing cool. And also, I want to say that my goal, my money goal when I started the business was I just wanted to make enough to cover my salary that I was making at my job. Like that was all I wanted to do. Like, Shanae, if you can make your salary, then that's going to prove to you that you can do this. And if you can make 60,000, then you can definitely make six figures. You can definitely make seven figures, because if you're gonna kill yourself and stress out about somebody else's building someone else's wealth, then just imagine if you put that same energy into building your own wealth. You know, um, and that was my goal when I started, and I'm so happy and proud of myself that I was able to achieve that goal, especially considering that, I was really starting with, a low, very, very, very low cash flow, and I was literally just learning on the way. I was purchasing equipment on the go, and it's definitely been a learning experience, and I am so ready to tackle year 2 of my business. So let's jump into some of the things that were successful for me. Number one was definitely being authentic. I think that was one of my biggest compliments that I received from my clients this year, was that they really enjoyed working with me because I was honest, and I wasn't always trying to sell them. Like, they told me what they wanted, they asked me what I thought, I told them what I thought. Either I thought it was a great idea, or this is what I would recommend. And it was never on like a salesy thing. It was always helping them achieve their goals, was always my end result. And I take my clients' business as seriously as I take my own. And that really resonated with a lot of my clients. So I think that that really, really worked for me, and that I was just truly myself. I wasn't putting on. I was just truly myself, and that definitely worked. So number two was securing retainers. Now, that's something that really, really was the foundation of my revenue this year. So I secured um, 3 retainers this year, all ranging between 1,200 all the way up to 3 grand. So those were the ranges of my retainers. All of that's monthly. So what I did was I created packages, right? And to be honest, I didn't even think anybody would even want my highest packages and stuff. I just thought it would be too much money. But um but people were interested in it, because once they saw that they wanted those things that they said they didn't at first, like they wanted those things and they were okay with paying out of pocket for it in the beginning, for those extra little videos or those extra little things. They were okay with paying for those things in the beginning, but then once they wanted more of it, it started to add up, and then they saw, oh, it makes more sense to do the retainer, because I could get this anyway with the retainer and not have to pay as much for it. And I'm like, yes, that's the encouragement of the retainer. So I definitely believe that anyone starting a business, especially a service-based business, see if you can add like a monthly subscription or like a monthly retainer to your services, because that is going to be guaranteed money that you have coming in to make sure that you're paying the bills and paying your workers if you have any, and really just taking care of yourself, like that. Those retainers saw me through the months where I didn't have a lot of one-off projects, you know. So I had plenty of one-time projects, but the retainers are the foundation of my business. So that was number two. Number three that really worked for me was over communicating with my clients. Now, I believe that customer service and being there for your clients are the most imperative things that you can do in your business. That's how you build a brand. That's how you start to build relationships. And I've really learned this year that it's really not about your net worth, like money. It's about your network, meaning the relationships that you're building. And that's what I've been focusing on this year, is building relationships, because although my clients are coming to me for a service, they also have connections, and they have, things that they can teach me about business, and, things like that. And I will say that most of my clients have been through word of mouth. Like, especially like my little one-off projects and stuff, like it's been through word of mouth. And it feels like really, really good to have made such an impression on people that they want to tell other people about you. And that's really, really hard, especially in the Black community. Whenever something good happens to us, in terms of when we have a good experience with the business, we typically we don't leave a review. Like, we don't tell other people. It's like we want to keep it a secret for ourselves. But if something bad was to happen, we be blasting it all over social media. So it really, really is amazing to get a lot of referrals from clients that I currently have, and like they tell everybody. So So I want to say that over communicating with my clients have been key. And it's not just over communicating about their business. I over communicate about everything. If I come across something that's unrelated to what I'm working on with them, or if I have an idea for their business and I just throw it at them, like, you can just have it. Like, I want you to be successful because my success is pending on your success. So there's no ego here, you know. I just feel like I'm here to just really be an asset to your business, you know. So I think that doing those things and putting the client first is what um really helped me create like an actual client, I don't want to say Rolodex, but actually helped me create like a client log that is continuing to grow. So those are three things that, if I had to pick just three, those are three things that I think really helped me get to my 60K. Now, three things that I probably need some work on. One is definitely setting boundaries. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. So I just said that I like to over communicate with my clients, right? And build relationships. While also in building those relationships, I give off the sense sometimes that I am available to them around the clock, and that is just not the case. Some of you know that I'm a wife. I am a special needs mom, and I'm not always available around the clock. And as much as I would like to be, because all I do most of the time is think about my business and my clients. But that's not a reality for me, that I can literally work around the clock just on my clients' work. And you know, it's been a struggle to say, you know, hey, I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow, or if they call me after, you know, 8 o'clock, that, you know, I'll just let it go to voicemail and stuff. Like, some of my clients are really night owls and stuff, and like they will call me at like 11 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, I am sleeping. Like, ma'am, I am sleeping. You know, so that's something that I'm definitely going to work on, and I have to practice saying no. Okay, the second thing that I could use some work on is confidence. Like, y'all, I was so freaking scared. Like, and I have all the experience that I needed to get this business started. And I knew I did, because it's basically what I was doing at my old job, right? And I still struggle with imposter syndrome. Like, am I doing this? Like, should I hire like a freelancer? You know, like, should, like, they could do it, you know, 10 times better than what I can do it. And it literally took me wasting money. And that's probably a strong word. I spent money on freelancers when I didn't have to, when I really could have done what they did, you know, or or I could have done something compatible to what they did, because I'm very hands-on. Like, I know how to do websites. I know how to do video production and video editing and photography and graphic design. Like, I know how to do these things. And um the reason why I was using like freelancers was not just because like I needed the help, but it was because it was coming from a place of fear. And I'm not saying to never use freelancers, because they're amazing and they're great and they need the work. Um, what I'm saying is, it has to come from a place of, you needed to take something off your plate, not because you're scared to do it. You're scared that your client won't like your work. And you know, which is a really interesting thing, because as creatives, that's our whole job. Like, all of us is on the critique block. Like our work, our passion, we do it so people can admire it, so people can critique it and stuff. And everything isn't for everybody. And I really struggled with that this year, and I really didn't break out of it until maybe like around October-ish. And like at that time I was like, look, I'm spending like the money that I'm spending here. I could keep it and invest in equipment, like I can reinvest it somewhere else. So that's what I did. I started taking on more of the projects on my own, instead of hiring out. And that really, really gave me some like a confidence boost to say, hey, like you can do this. Like you yourself can do this. You don't have to hire out unless you just really need the help. So that's something I'm working on for next year. 3. So I need to start firmly enforcing my prices and my policies. So one thing is that I do think that depending on your clients or your customers, you do need to understand typically what their price point is. And if you are going into if you're going into a market where you know that those particular clients typically don't have the money, or like the people who you're targeting, then you kind of know what is considered to be a high ticket product for them. And like for me, for example, the work that I do, like for example, I have churches on retainers, and the work that I do for them and the money that I charge, like it doesn't correlate to the amount of work that actually goes into doing it. And like for my highest package, they get a lot in that high package, but the price point, it is a lot for a church, especially a church that may be struggling, especially with the pandemic and stuff. Like they want the live streaming, they want the website, they want the social media, they want the extra videos, and they want to be like, these big churches and stuff, but it costs money to do those things, and it takes a lot of manpower to do them as well, because most of my churches, they have their church services at the same time, and I can't physically be in all of these different churches at the same time, so I have to hire freelancers for that. And although I keep my freelancer rate down because that's all I can really afford, I have great freelancers, and I have to pay them, and make a profit and do all the other work. So, but the amount that I charge, it's a lot for them. It really is a lot. So, I just decide to just kind of take the bullet on it. And plus I enjoy doing the work, which is the big part of it. I really enjoy the transformation from when I come in for, and see what we look like a year later. But definitely enforcing policies and prices is something that I need to improve on, because I'm not a heartless person, but when someone comes to me with a dilemma, I'm saying like, no, you don't need to do this because you wrote this policy for a reason. Whether it's that it takes too much time, or you don't get paid enough, or whatever the case is. And a lot of the times people will come with their stories, and I feel bad. I feel bad because I want to help everybody. And but I also like time is something that it's like the one thing that we just can't get more of. like I can't make more time. Either way, I have 24 hours in a day, and I have a family, I have other clients, I have myself. I mean, so time is just something that I just can't make more of. And it's kind of like supply and demand. So the more demand that I'm in, that's the more people are going to have to pay for my time. And I never thought that I would even get to this point to where I would say that my time is, like, to actually put a price tag on my time, and I just give away like a lot of information for free, like, in which I don't mind doing that. I mean, that's what I enjoy doing. But when it comes to like an actual consultation, like, people will call me and be like, hey, can you tell me how to do XYZ and ABC? And and if I just start running it and tell them like exactly what to do, like, boo, that is a consultation. That is a consultation. And I charge for consultations. So so that's something that I'm going to focus on and get more clear with the people who I come in contact with, in terms of, you can either become a client, or you can consume some of my content online, or I can answer your question, but it's going to be, kind of, surface level. It's not going to get into the super nitty gritty. So those are definitely some things that I'm going to try to improve on for next year. So, all right, so this is the exciting part. So these are 3 things that I would like to achieve for 2021. So the first thing is that I'm claiming 2021 is going to be my 6-figure year. I was 40,000 away this year, and I really think that I can make that up. And that was with starting in March and not in January, February. So I'm really excited about the ability of actually being able to see this come to fruition, to make 6 figures. So that's my first goal. My second goal is to launch my digital product line. I'm calling it Your Business Bestie. And basically, I'm going to have like ebooks and digital courses and checklists and training sessions on how to build an online business, on how to make money online, how to do your marketing, how to build your brand. Like, I'm going to really put all my knowledge and information out into the world. And I hope that you all will, take advantage of it and really, really build your wealth and build your businesses. So that's the second thing. And the third thing, I am obtaining a CPA and a lawyer this year. Well, 2021. I am excited about those moves because it means that I am trying to level up in my business. And one thing I do not want to play with is the freaking IRS. Like, so for the longest, like, I've been doing my own taxes, but now it's definitely time. Like, I'm gonna go on ahead and invest in QuickBooks, because right now I just got me a little Excel sheet, but I'm gonna go on ahead and invest in QuickBooks, and going ahead and let someone else handle doing my taxes and stuff. And y'all, somebody tried to warn me beforehand, but if you get to a point where you're actually making real money, go on ahead and try and like set up to pay your taxes quarterly, because paying taxes on the 60 grand, y'all. So anywho, so that's definitely where I'm at with that. And I have a bonus goal, is that most of you know that I launched my personal brand, Shanae J. Washington, and with that personal brand, I'm looking to more to kind of separate a little bit. So the personal brand is going to be me doing more consulting and more digital products. So definitely more consulting. So these are the kind of clients that I'm going to take. Clients that would like me to build funnels for their business, clients who would like help with their digital ads, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube, Google, whatever. Ads on those things, and actual brand strategy, like actually building, like you're working with me to build your brand, and we're building it from start to launch. So those are the kind of clients that I'm going to be working with one-on-one. I'm still going to have Dream Forward, all of my clients there who are amazingly awesome. So, and if you're not familiar, Dream Forward is my creative agency. So, that's where I do all my creative work and stuff. So, so the Dream Forward brands is basically expanding in 2021. So Shanae Washington will fall under Dream Forward. So I'm really excited, you guys. And these are just my goals for 2021. I already know kind of like what my 3 to 5 year plan is. So this is me just kind of taking it and kind of like bite-sized pieces to kind of tackle it. So anyway, I love you guys, and please hold me accountable for it, for all of these things. Like, if you think about it, just shoot me a DM or shoot me an email and just ask, like, hey, like, how's it going? How are your business goals going? So I would really appreciate it. And I'm so looking forward to being your business bestie in 2021. And I have an ebook coming out actually at the same time that my YouTube series is coming out. So my YouTube series is going to be called Branding While Black. So I'm very excited about that. I've been talking about that for a while now, where I'm going to be interviewing several Black successful entrepreneurs. Some of them even started their businesses during the pandemic, and they're making money, or they've at least made moves to say that, hey, like, we are here. It doesn't matter when we started, but we are here. So they are definitely offering some gems and some great advice. And the name of my ebook is basically going to be a series. The name of my ebook is The Diary of an Introvert Boss, Year 1. So in that book, I'm going to be telling you exactly how I made my 60K, and some of the mistakes that I made in more detail. These were kind of like the high level version of it, but in the ebook I'm going to be breaking it down even further. So definitely be on the lookout for both of those January 4th. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you won't miss anything. 2021 is going to be so lit, y'all. I love you. Peace.